Using a non-account. All names changed for obvious reasons. I just want to type this out and get this off my chest. Conflicted to say the least. Really good friend has cheated on his wife and is supporting a mistress who is totally using him. I am torn on loyalty to my friend who has helped me in my career and telling his wife who I know will be devastated. Brothers before hoes is not clear guidance here. I've known David for 15 plus years at work. He's a few years older than me and we share similar upbringing growing up around the Chicagoland area. When I first joined our workplace, he was one of the first to introduce himself and helped show me the ropes. He was a rung or two higher up the corporate ladder and would always look out for the newbie. Especially at happy hours after work where he'd explain office politics and where I'd fucked up so I could do better. With me being new to the West Coast back then, he kind of adopted me as a surrogate older brother. So it didn't take long for me and my wife to start hanging around his family, Gina, and their 3 kids. Gina is not pretty or beautiful physically, but she is a true honest personality who has devoted her life to raising her kids and supporting David's career. Over the 15 years we've known each other, Gina has aged poorly. We've all seen it happen to some. A parent who gives their family their all and doesn't spend effort maintaining themselves. David isn't a chat either. A medium ugly dude with a pear-shaped dad bod, but he had that good guy air to him that would draw in others. You could say that it was a good match between 2 people on the same relative position on the 10-point hotness scale. Last spring in 2022, David's been promoted to director. 250-plus people work under him. He is making damned good money. Obscene even. He also just turned 45, which makes him one of the youngest executives at our company. He has also helped my career as he would name-drop me in discussions with his peers, and I have also advanced quickly. It is not an understatement to say David wields some power. This is where I think things start going wrong and my spider sense started tingling. First are the passive-aggressive digs at Gina. Stuff about how she's old and cranky about him wanting to have fun. I brush this off as old married couples banter. He then starts going out at all hours and hanging out at places targeting the young professional crowd. So he builds friendships with people literally 15 to 20 years younger than him. With his high amounts of disposable income, dropping $1,000 a night buying drinks is nothing. Fine. David is enjoying his life, and he can afford it. Hell, I've been on the receiving end on some nights of his generosity. And those younger people in their mid/late 20s to mid-30s around him? All are adults. Nothing illegal about an older guy trying to live vicariously through younger people. The problem came with Sarah. Sarah is in her early 30s and is an absolute stunner. She is a literal model who is on the sunset of her modeling career and is trying to switch into a different career of being a hairstylist. We all start noticing David trying to fix his appearance, like dressing better, styling his hair, and even dropping a lot of weight. His comments on Gina's degrading appearance also increase. I try to talk to him about what's changed. But David is now my direct boss at this time, and it's hard to broach the subject and I chicken out multiple times. Next we see Sarah and David start hanging out a lot. They'd come as a pair to happy hours and to other work people hangouts. I even started noticing them holding hands a few times. His hands are all over her at times too. The sight is very odd. A tall, stunning brunette model paired with a shorter, frumpy, and fat middle-aged man. I talk to him at this point. He says they're just friends and tells me to not worry about it as he won't let himself go too far. Somehow it leaks to Gina. She freaks and for a while David falls in line. Sarah doesn't come out to our work group happy hours, but David still disappears off with the 20 and 30-something crowd. Whatever. Great. It's done, I think. David had a minor judgment error and it's been corrected. He is still the great mentor I have at work. He and Gina seem reconciled and they are awesome with my kids when we hang out together as families. All quiet on my end for about 6 months. Last month, I find myself having a drink with one of those guys in the 30-something group. He really can't keep secrets well as after a few rounds, he blurts out that David and Sarah have been fucking for nearly a year as a did you know gossip drop. I find out around the same time Sarah started coming to our work group hangouts, she was looking to move downtown and wanting to start her own salon while being able to still get modeling gigs. Apparently, David has helped her find an apartment and is subsidizing her rent. This was well known in that group, but has kept it quiet amongst David's work friends. She had understood David had all this money, and as being a fat, ugly dude in the midst of a midlife crisis that he was an easy mark. I am floored. Sarah is obviously a gold digger out for my friend's money. David is a willing participant and is funding her life as a sugar daddy. All the pieces fall into place for me. David's drastic change in appearance, his weight loss, his digs at Gina, showboating at clubs and bars where girls like Sarah would hang out. Even those times where he said he was with his other friends was just a smokescreen to hook up. I am really torn between my loyalties to a good friend by keeping this to myself and telling his wife, who has become a family friend. Gina has given her life to David and their kids. She is the nicest lady and deserves someone to treat her well. She deserves the stable life she nurtured over the last 20 years. Yet Gina has always been a Psalm and has really no capability on supporting herself. Even with alimony, if they did divorce, to which I think is 100% going to happen if she knows the full truth. Yet even as I write this, I think back to all the times David had helped me, pulling me aside after I've made a bad call at work, or propping me up in some executive meetings. I honestly can say my family has benefited greatly from his mentorship of my professional life. Sarah would probably dump David once a bigger fish came across or whenever she finds someone she truly wanted. So why not let David work out his midlife crisis? But on the other hand, I can't stand infidelity. Betrayal is one of those truly unforgivable transgressions, especially to a wife of 20 years. Comment whatever. This is a throwaway and non-account. I think I know what to do anyway. I wrote this over 2 days and already it feels better to see it in text.